Last year, a single portfolio of companies generated north of $250 million in revenue, fueled by a machine producing 450 pieces of content weekly. But the high-gloss output of a massive operation is worlds away from the reality of a first ad or a first video, which is usually grainy, awkward, and uncomfortable to watch. Most people look at the finished product of an expert and immediately judge their own Chapter 1 against that person's Chapter 1000. That comparison creates a vacuum. We get caught up in how far we have to go, that the fear of looking foolish stops us before we ever start. It's the specific dread of setting up your little lights and talking to your camera, knowing that the people around you will ask why you're taking it so seriously. Ironically, the observers who mock that effort are almost always the ones who have never committed to anything difficult in their own lives. This friction, the social penalty for trying too hard, serves as a filter that separates those who merely talk from those who actually build. To understand why this fear has so much power, we need to deconstruct how we actually process social anxiety. Shame is what we feel when we break someone else's rules. Guilt is what we feel when we break our own rules. But cringe is different. It is defined as a supposed second-hand embarrassment for someone else's actions. Unlike shame or guilt, cringe isn't a reflection of your own failure. It is entirely a projection of how an observer chooses to interpret your effort. Calling something cringe is a defensive status play used by an observer to maintain their position. Your upward momentum threatens the social standing of those standing still. Mockery is the mechanism they use to pull you back down. The people weaponizing that word are usually just covering for the fact that they lack the guts to commit to a pursuit themselves. When the crowd starts labeling your effort as cringe, you have effectively broken away from the stagnant majority. You are now operating at a level that forces them to react. You can make any dedicated pursuit look embarrassing because caring deeply about anything makes you vulnerable to a cynic. Take bodybuilding. To an outsider, it's just obsessing over muscles and posing in tiny trunks on a stage for a room full of strangers. Or competitive chess. If you want the result, you must earn the right to it, which means being willing to pay the cost of being bad at something for as long as it takes to get good. Your early, embarrassing attempts are artifacts of that process. Treat them as the documentary footage of your eventual success story. Figures like Kanye documented their early, unpolished days because they believed with absolute certainty that they were going to win. Start today. Accept the awkwardness. Focus on the iteration. Pushing through this initial social friction is the first step in mastering your estrategia de crecimiento y fidelización digital. If you're ready to stop judging your first chapter and start building your digital legacy, follow and subscribe to Rise Race. Let's grow together.